Hello friends. Handshake. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to explore Australia's 1987, 1999, and 2010 Elizabeth II coins, which were issued by the Royal Australian Mint. These coins feature the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, an important part of Australia's modern decimal currency system. In this video, we'll compare the design, history, mint details, and collector value of all three coins in a simple and interesting way. So let's get started. Australia. The 1987 Elizabeth II Australian coin series is an important part of Australia's decimal currency era, produced by the renowned Royal Australian Mint. In 1987, Australia continued issuing its standard circulating denominations under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had been featured on Australian coinage since decimalisation in 1966. These coins reflect the country's stable monetary system and strong minting tradition. During this period, the obverse of all circulating coins carried the elegant portrait of the Queen, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This was the third effigy of Elizabeth II used on Australian coins, and shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, facing right, surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 1987. In 1987, the circulating coin range typically included the 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, $1, and $2 denominations. The 1 cent and 2 cent coins were still officially legal tender at the time, and were also produced in earlier years of the decade, though their use was declining toward eventual withdrawal in the early 1990s. The metallic compositions followed Australia's established decimal standards. The silver-colored coins 5C, 10C, 20C, 50C were struck in cupronickel, while the $1 and $2 coins were minted in aluminum bronze, giving them a distinctive golden tone. These materials were chosen for durability and circulation and resistance to wear in Australia's varied climate conditions. Each denomination in the 1987 series retained Australia's iconic reverse designs celebrating native wildlife and national identity. The 5-cent coin features a spiny echidna designed by Stuart Devlin. The 10-cent shows a superb lyrebird. The 20-cent displays a platypus, and the 50-cent carries the Australian coat of arms. The $1 coin presents the famous mob of kangaroos, while the $2 coin features the Aboriginal elder portrait created by Horse Hannah. These reverse motifs had already become deeply recognizable symbols of Australian coinage and remained largely unchanged, reinforcing continuity and national branding. From a mintage standpoint, the Royal Australian Mint produced large quantities of most 1987 coins for everyday circulation. Exact mint figures vary by denomination, but generally tens of millions of the lower denominations were struck. The $2 coin, introduced only in 1988 actually for circulation, but proof issues and preparations were underway in the late 1980s, became one of the more closely watched denominations by collectors in subsequent years. In addition to business strikes, the Mint issued official uncirculated mint sets and proof sets for collectors in 1987. Coins preserve in original mint packaging, especially proof quality examples with mirror fields and frosted devices, typically command higher premiums in today's numismatic market. Condition plays a major role in the value of 1987 Elizabeth II Australian coins. Circulated examples usually remain close to face value due to high mintages, but brilliant uncirculated BU coins full original rolls and proof set pieces are more desirable to collectors. Error coins, such as off-center strikes, clip planchets, or die varieties, can also attract strong interest. The Raphael Maklauf portrait used in 1987 is particularly appreciated by collectors for its refined, youthful yet formal depiction of Queen, marking a distinct era between the earlier Arnold Mackin portrait and the later Ian Rank Broadley effigy. Overall, the 1987 Australian Elizabeth II coinage stands as a representative snapshot of late 20th century Commonwealth currency, combining durable metallurgy, iconic wildlife artistry, and consistent minting excellence of the Royal Australian Mint. The 1999 Elizabeth II Australian coin series represents a mature phase of Australia's modern decimal currency, struck by the respected Royal Australian Mint. By 1999, Australia's coinage system was well established, and the country continued issuing its familiar range of circulating denominations under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse of all standard circulation coins in 1999 features a fourth portrait of the Queen, created by Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in Australia in 1999, this effigy presents a realistic, mature depiction of Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, facing right. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription Elizabeth II, Australia 1999, clearly identifying the monarch, issuing country and year. In the 1999 circulation range, Australia issued the familiar denominations of 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, $1, and $2. The 1 cent and 2 cent coins had already been withdrawn from circulation earlier in the decade, withdrawn in 1992, so they do not appear in the standard 1999 circulating series. The metallic compositions followed established specifications. The 5C, 10C, 20C, and 50C coins were struck in cupronickel, giving them a silver appearance, while the $1 and $2 coins were minted in aluminum bronze, producing their distinctive golden color. These materials were selected for durability, corrosion resistance, and long-term circulation performance. Each denomination in 1999 continued to display Australia's iconic and highly recognizable reverse designs. The 5 cent coin shows the spiny echidna by Stuart Devlin. The 10 cent features a superb lyrebird, and the 20 cent depicts a platypus in water. The 50 cent coin carries the Australian coat of arms, symbolizing national unity. The $1 coin displays the famous mob of kangaroos designed by Stuart Devlin, while the $2 coin features the Aboriginal elder portrait designed by Horst Hanna. These reverse motifs have become enduring symbols of Australian coinage and remain largely unchanged, reinforcing continuity and national identity. From a mintage perspective, the Royal Australian Mint produced substantial quantities of most 1999 denominations for everyday commerce. Lower denominations such as the 5 cent and 10 cent typically saw mintages in the tens of millions, while the higher denominations vary depending on demand. In addition to standard circulation strikes, the Mint released official uncirculated mint sets and high-quality proof sets for collectors. The year 1999 is particularly notable because it marked the introduction of the Ian Rank Broadley effigy in Australia, making first-year portrait examples especially interesting to numismatists. In today's collector market, most 1999 Elizabeth II Australian coins in circulated condition remain close to face value due to their relatively high mintages and modern age. However, coins in brilliant uncirculated BU, condition original mint rolls, and official proof sets can command premiums, especially when well preserved. Error varieties, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet flaws, are also actively sought by collectors. The 1999 issues are appreciated not only as everyday currency, but also as the beginning of the Rank Broadley portrait era in Australia. Overall, the 1999 Australian Elizabeth II coinage reflects a modern, stable, and highly recognizable national coin system produced with the consistent quality of the Royal Australian Mint. The 2010 Elizabeth II Australian coin series represents a significant year in modern Australian numismatics, issued by the prestigious Royal Australian Mint. In 2010, Australia produced its standard circulating coinage featuring the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, who remained the constitutional monarch of Australia at the time. These coins include the full decimal range from 5 cents through $2, all struck for everyday circulation, as well as collector sets. The obverse across the series displays the fourth portrait of the Queen used in Australia, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, showing a mature and realistic bust of Elizabeth II facing right. Surrounding the portrait is a Latin inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 2010, identifying the monarch, country, and year of issue. In terms of composition and specifications, the 2010 Australian coins follow the standard decimal system first introduced in 1966. The 5, 10, 20, and 50 cent coins are made of cupronickel, while the $1 and $2 coins are aluminum bronze, giving them their distinctive golden appearance. Each denomination carries its own iconic reverse design that reflects Australian heritage and wildlife. For example, the 5 cent features echidna, the 10 cent shows a lyrebird, the 20 cent depicts the platypus, the 50 cent displays the Australian coat of arms, the The $1 coin features a famous mob of kangaroos, and the $2 coin shows the Aboriginal elder portrait designed by Horse Hannah. These reverse designs have remained largely unchanged for decades, contributing to the recognizability of Australian coinage worldwide. From a mintage perspective, the Royal Australian Mint produced millions of each denomination in 2010 for circulation, though exact mintages vary by coin. Typically, lower denominations such as a 5-cent and 10-cent have higher production numbers, while the $2 coin often has comparatively lower but still substantial mintages. In addition to circulation strikes, the Mint also released uncirculated mint sets and proof sets aimed at collectors, which usually command a premium in the numismatic market. Coins in brilliant uncirculated BU or proof condition from official mint packaging are especially desirable among collectors of modern Australian currency. Design-wise, the Ian Rank Broadley portrait used in 2010 is notable for its realistic depiction of Queen Elizabeth II without a crown on the Australian circulating coins. She wears the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara in this effigy. The typography is clean and modern, and the obverse rim denticles are sharply defined on well-struck examples. The reverses maintain high-relief wildlife artistry that reflects Australia's strong tradition of nature-themed coin designs. Because 2010 is a relatively recent year, most coins are still commonly found in circulation condition, but high-grade specimens, especially from rolls or mint sets, are more collectible. In today's collector market, most 2010 Elizabeth II Australian circulation coins carry modest value above face, unless they are in exceptional condition, par official proof sets, or exhibit mint errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet anomalies. The $2 coin tends to attract the most attention among roll hunters due to its lower circulation survival in high grades. Overall, the 2010 issues represent a modern but historically continuous chapter of Australia's decimal coinage under Queen Elizabeth II, combining durable materials, iconic national imagery, and the long-standing craftsmanship of the Royal Australian Mint.